Hey guys, Banana Luck here. Welcome back to another Watch Your Realms video. So we're back with another Abyss run here, and we're basically going to be doing a 60k run without A0 Kigiri. So we've been collecting awakenings the past few weeks, and we've been inching closer, and I think A2 Teochan was what actually allowed us to get to here. So yeah, let's actually get into the run, and we'll have a lot of explanation to do along the way as we get into the video. So first thing first is going to be deployment. We're going to do Wukong first, followed by Nerissa. Nerissa gives a much higher inspiration percentage than Diao-Chan. So you want Nerissa to be buffing your strongest unit, and in our team, Kigiri does nothing because it's A0. So that's going to be Wukong instead. And next unit is going to be Numera. Gonna do that, switch Diao-Chan, and we're also going to pop Numera's ultimate here. Because she's A3, she gets 5% magic resistance ignore for every stack of her ultimate. And I'm going to do Alien to buff Nestia with Invigoration, and then we start placing down our physical DPS. There we go. And then Vaughn last but not least here. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is try to pop Wukong's ultimate here. There we go. And the next timing is at 6 minutes and 12 seconds where we do Kigiri's out. And I'm going to do the dodge with Moraiden here from Storm Surge with his ultimate. And I'm going to do Numera here just to get more stacks up. And before we know it, we're at Rim's Wrath, which is just before the first physical shield. And we want to try to get Wukong to do one more ultimate here. There we go. And yeah, that's basically going to be the first phase down. At 540, we're going to get another timing with Kigiri. And over here, we're going to be able to squeeze in, I guess, one more Wukong ultimate before this phase ends here. There we go. And the Numera's out when the dragon is going to be promoted. There we go. So Moraiden out. As a general rule of thumb, you want Numera to be casting 4 ultimates every single magic phase here. And yeah. For Meteoric Deluge, you do Raiga's ultimate at the start, and then Kigiri to dodge the meteor. And the Numera's out here. Can go ahead to do Nerissa here as well. And I'm going to do Moraiden's out when we get it. There we go. I'm going to pop both of these ultimates, get those right out of the way. And yeah. Now on to the physical phase. And before the first roll comes out, we're going to do Alien's ultimate. Then yeah, with the Storm Surge here, right after this, we're going to get another Wukong ultimate. Let's try to also get the Kigiri ultimate here. There we go. And yeah, same thing as the first one. We're going to do Raiga's ultimate right at the end here. Alright, so now we have that all out of the way. We're going to use Wukong's ultimate here actually during the shield phase. I found this to be the most effective in terms of damage output. Not sure why exactly, but yeah. I'm going to move Moraiden out of the way. And then I'm going to do Kigiri's out at 312 to maximize damage. There we go. And then once the dragon gets promoted, we're going to do the Numera out here. There we go. Wukong's ultimate for the fun of it. And right before the first roll, we're going to do the aliens out. Also gonna do Numeras out here. And sometimes Numera might die here, but fortunately in our case here, she survived. Now we basically just wait for the same thing again. So same thing. There we go. And now we move into the shield phase. So what we want to do is actually hold Nerissa's out until the halfway through the bar. And now we get Nestia's out along. It's going to also help to kill off the shield. And once we have that down, what we want to try to do here is to use Moridon's vulnerability. Right about now. And then when the buff comes up, we're going to cast the Numera out. There we go. And we're going to have to do this ultimate right away as well. Get all the damage out. And yeah, we start off the phase at about 55k blood. And now we're going to despawn these guys and hope for good RNG in terms of not having our units die randomly here. So we're going to do the alien out here. There we go. Looking good. They're going to do the Wukong out here. And yeah, we just got that prop out. So we're going to try to do Raigas out first before we do Kigiri's. And there we have it. 60k just on the dot. Barely making it, but yeah, that's the run. So just going to let that finish through. We're going to take a screenshot here actually. Because yeah, this took a lot of time to actually get done. Alright, so that's the video, and yeah, we have that auto uploaded, and you can see damage here. Numera doing crazy work here. I don't think with A3, without A3 she could do this. I think Wukong shows a lot lesser damage here also because Wukong doesn't actually use most of his ultimate without the shield. He's always targeting the shield, so that's why it's like this. And you have the rest of these guys here. As you can see, Kigiri is almost at the bottom with Raiga, Nerissa. So yeah, that's the charts. So now we want to talk about awakenings. So how did we actually get there? Couple of things here. First things is let's actually go into the hero view. First thing that's big is I think Nestia at A2, giving that 5% penetration to the entire team. And the next big thing is honestly Numera's A3, giving that 45% magic resistance ignore in total. I think this is huge. And then we have Vaughn as well, giving shield break to 1 extra unit, which basically gives it to Numera as well. Previously it was just Kigiri and Wukong. A2 is extra damage, so that's always nice. And then after that, we have A5 Wukong, obviously. Nerissa, Deltran at A2, giving the extra attack. And then we also had Nerissa giving the inspiration, which is much better than Percy. And then last but not least, Moridon giving the vulnerability with, the extra damage taken with his artifact, which does a lot, in my opinion. And then, yeah, that's basically it. So all those really came together to play a big part. I tried to actually run Salazar instead of Kigiri, but it just didn't work as well. Kigiri still does a lot more damage, but this is the team that we have. So let's actually take a look at gear before we end off the video. Nestia works really, really well in Hell's Lament. The only shame here is that my amulet sucks. It's not giving enough crit rate. Attack speed could also be a lot higher, but yeah, it is what it is. And then TL Twilight here with the crit damage. I honestly could put her with attack bonus. That could actually be better. Then Vaughn, Soba Arcana, and Wicked Vengeance, we have him in quite a bit of rage regen, and a Black Collar Claw. Numera, Acertheris' Ring on the Cataclysm set, and then we also have her on a quad. Pretty okay rolls, some rage regen, and then Shadowed Healed, because that's the best artifact that she has. Nerissa, I honestly want her in a bit higher HP, but yeah, we did not manage to do that because we want to push every bit of attack that we can. We have her on TS Bomb here. Diao-chan, a very solid Wings of Grace set. We almost have purple rolls for all the attack here. And then we also have a variant which gives extra 300% attack there. And we have her exclusive, obviously. Rygar, this build is very specific. Without this build, I don't think he would survive. But one thing that I did change from my last video is that I'm not using the Forsaken Key artifact anymore. We're using Shadowed Healed because he can still survive with that. And Moraiden, Cataclysm with Nightmare and quite a bit of rage regen. And then we have the Nightfall artifact, which gives the vulnerability, which is huge. Kigiri, in an okay set, it does have a Watchguard ring. And then we also have the Demonic Relic here. Then Wukong, probably in the best set that we have here. More than 300% attack. Actually, just about there. 400 attack speed, 200% crit damage. And we have him on his Golden Cudgel artifact, obviously. And last but not least, Alien, Invigoration, and then TS Bomb with a attack speed augment. And yeah, that's basically it. So this video took a lot more tries than you guys would have expected, but it is a huge achievement for me, getting that 60k. I think Kigiri banner is probably right around the corner, so I wanted to get this out of the way and really push the limits there to see if we can do it, and we actually did. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what are your thoughts in the comment section below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like or subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.